All right, JP, another week of the replies, baby. And you know I am happy because the Huskers are on the board with a W, and we get to open it up with young Luke McCaffrey dropping back in the pocket, stepping up, taking a big hit, but delivering a dime with his left hand. You love to see playmakers make plays, and that's exactly what this young dude does.
I think this is what we were waiting for. People were kind of like, is a change coming at quarterback? Are we going to see something different? McCaffrey steps in. He does a really, really good job. And it was a big boost, too, for the team, I think, just morale-wise. And that's not to say anything negative about Martinez, because you listen to McCaffrey talk, and he said that's a big part of his progression as a quarterback. But just to see how the offense was running, man, that's good stuff right there.
Absolutely. I think it's a breath of fresh air into that Husker offense. I know the fans love to see it. It's a change of pace, and what I genuinely enjoyed about it was not only Luke's sentiments to Adrian, but also Adrian's reaction on the sideline, cheering for his boys. You know, that young man's a leader. I'm not worried about him. They're going to pull it together in Lincoln, and I think they're going to have some success.
I can't wait to see it. One of my favorite personalities in the whole Big Ten Conference, Tom Allen, getting real hype watching his son Thomas after a play forced a fumble, had some really big defensive plays for Indiana, been a part of that success on defense that they've had so far.
Yeah, absolutely, JP. You had said earlier in the year, like way back, that you had Coach Allen being Big Ten Coach of the Year, I believe. So you've been on the Coach Allen train for a while now, and I am really starting to like this coach week by week, his passion for his players, the love for the game. I'm enjoying this Indiana football team coached by Coach Allen here.
No, I saw it last year, like toward the end of the year, you could see the energy, you could see the juice, and you could see the buy-in based off of the product on the field. And I just thought he was going to bring it into this year. But on a sadder note for Tom Allen, his son Thomas sustained a leg injury in the game and had to go out. They carted him off the field, actually. And I know just as emotional of a sport as it is, watching your son go down in the game probably had to be really tough. And we're thinking about that young man, but he's a fighter. We all know that.
Yeah, obviously it's hard to watch when your brothers go down. To watch your son get hurt and you're still got to go coach a football team, I really couldn't imagine that. So obviously a tip of the cap to Coach Allen and to that Hoosiers football team for securing that win.
Now, I know this is probably something that this team will rally behind just because they're that type of team. That's what they're built off of, is the camaraderie and the team spirit there. So I'll be curious to see how it affects him, but it's a big loss on defense, and we're all praying for his health.
JP, heading out to the Illinois-Rutgers game, where you don't talk about punters very much, but this game would have Pat McAfee proud, man. The rugby kick from Adam Korsich for, I think, 70 yards, an absolute bomb down to the goal line. And then Blake Hayes for Illinois answers with a little 70-yarder of his own, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, in the past, because this is a completely different Rutgers team right now, but in the past, Rutgers had to be a destination for punters because you're going to get to show off your skill set the way some of those offenses look. Not so much this year because they're moving the ball really, really well. But yeah, I mean, both of these teams, man, and I'll say this. When I was in the league, I cut my teeth on special teams, being a core teamer. It is really important to be able to flip that field. And when you got a guy who can bomb it 70 yards, it's fantastic. And then being a former defender too, going out there and you're playing, and those guys are standing with their heels right there on the end line. It's a good feeling. So I'm here for the great special teams play.
Absolutely. I think punting is a very underrated position. It doesn't get talked about enough, and how important it is to flip the field. To see these guys do it, looking like punter you for Rutgers, like you said. But great job by both young men.
Now, here we go, man. These strength coaches are getting a little bit out of hand. We got the strength coach from Northwestern, Coach Spanos over here. Mask on, which I do appreciate. Sleeves off, though. And he's getting those guys fired up as they're heading off the bus. Absolutely amazing, the amount of energy. But the decision-making process in terms of not having the sleeves in the cold weather, I'm not so sure about, Kenny.
JP, you put it on a shirt, mask on, sleeves off. That you're gonna have that printed on the sideline next week, brother. Now, the sleeves situation, I never wore sleeves playing, but I never really hated on anybody playing with sleeves. If it was cold out, be warm. You know, you're not out there to look tough. You're out there to make plays. So this kind of energy I love, man. If you're going to be a weight room coach, you're there for one reason, and that's to get everybody hyped and get them strong. So
yeah, now get them strong and get them fired up. But I will say,
doing his job.
I pride myself on being a Midwesterner. We get the elements here. Central Ohio, we get it all. But I didn't wear sleeves a ton, but I did every once in a while because I always played better when I was comfortable. So kiddos out there, You be a tough guy, that's all good, but you play good when you're comfortable.
JP, I would be remiss not to shout out Ramad Shaquille Bowman for his 3-tutter performance this weekend against Purdue. I had the Wildcats winning this game, but I thought they was going to be dominant on the run with Drake Anderson and Isaiah Bowser. For this young man to go out and catch 3 tutters in a game, I can't even wrap my mind around that. I don't think I ever had 2, let alone 3 in a game. So a big shout out to number 81. What a performance, man.
Yeah, that boy was balling. And to your point, there were elements in that game. Like that was a wet ball that he was catching. He did a really good job. He got open a ton, really impressive. And it wasn't necessarily like a huge yardage game, but anytime they needed to pick up yards, like a 3rd down, a 4th down conversion, whatever the case was, he was right there. Absolutely fantastic performance. And, like you said, you thought it would have been a little bit more run game geared, but when you got guys like that who can get open and convert the opportunities, why not toss the ball around?
That's exactly right.
Boy, it was a rough outing for the Wolverines this weekend, playing on their home turf. And Wisconsin came with the best that they had, and they looked really, really good. And Michigan made some errors in this game for sure. It was definitely a rough evening. Probably the biggest error they made was putting their own Surrender Cobra fan cutout in there, because you already knew if anything went wrong, they were going to cut to that bad boy. I wouldn't even give him the opportunity. Like, I wouldn't have done that, but more power to them because they're embracing it. They're fully embracing it.
Yeah, I don't know about it. I don't think I would have put that one up there either, just because why put that energy out there? But man, that tough go at it for the Wolverines, but that's funny.
No, it definitely is. Now, but on the flip side, that was a tough go for the Wolverines. Wisconsin, man, they had some time off, and you feel like they should have looked a little bit rustier than they did. That's a really good football team.
Wisconsin is a very good football team, JP, and it's interesting to see. You're so used to seeing these big, huge offensive lines just dominate the trenches, and then Wisconsin backs run for 350. Now they've got a receiving core and a quarterback in Graham Mertz that they're slinging it around and making some noise. I'm excited about this Badgers football team.
Yeah, running jet sweeps too. How about it?
Don't remind me. Not the jet sweep. All right, JP, I know you're a food man just like me. Beginning of this week was National Food Day, or Fast Food Day, and BTN made a little splash with this graphic that they made. Now, I've got to give a shout out to Runza, because 1, I love Runza. They've always showed love, and they're bomb. And 2, they're the favorite fast food chain in Nebraska, without a doubt. So, JP, I'm hearing some stories that you don't like Skyline chili, and that's a problem, my brother.
Yeah, I'm not here for it. It visually, it looks like, I can't say what it looks like.
Visually.
I don't like smelling nutmeg and cinnamon when I'm eating chili. It's meat.
Ooh.
My God, I don't know what you want. I'm going with Wendy's, man. Dave Thomas, right down the street. I'm Central Ohio guy. They're right down there in Dublin, Ohio. I like Wendy's. They got the best chicken nuggets out there. Fire. Spicy nuggets, amazing. Frosties, on point. The new French fries, the bomb. So I'm going with it. Now I'm gonna let you fire back in a sec, but I got to get this in.
All
There's
right.
2 things on this map for me that are killing me. Number 1, Pennsylvania. Your favorite fast food is all gas stations. That's wild to me. Number 2, North Jersey. I see you with the Sbarros. Y'all got that Brooklyn pizza right down the street. I see you with the thin side, but y'all going with the mall pizza. I'm here for it.
No, the absolute worst on here is Little Caesars pizza. I can't believe anybody is still eating that microwavable pizza. That's terrible.
Pizza.
Now, back to the chili. I can't believe that, bro. So you're just not a chili guy? Because in Nebraska, chili and cinnamon rolls is a go-to, especially this time.
Chili and what?
Cinnamon rolls.
At the same time.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, don't sleep on this. All right, I got to give it a big shout out to the Nebraskans that put me on chili and cinnamon rolls. It's like ridiculously bomb, bro. I had the same exact reaction before you. I'll put you on. We'll get you out to Lincoln. I'll show you.
That's how you know we're in the Midwest. That's how you know. That's it right there.
That's a good point, my brother. That's a good point.